I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. MAGA extremist loser candidate for governor of Arizona, Kari Lake, is doing what MAGA extremist loser candidates do when they lose elections and when they then lose frivolous lawsuits that they bring to try to overturn the results of free and fair elections that they lose. She is spreading dangerous and deranged conspiracy theories, and she is attacking the judge who presided over her case and who dismissed her case because she didn't present the evidence to actually prove any of the allegations, or should I say conspiracy theories, that she was trying to spread. The judge in question is Judge Peter Thompson, a Maricopa County judge appointed, may I add, by a Republican governor, Governor Jan Brewer, in 2010. Peter Thompson is ostensibly a Republican, the judge presiding over the case. He sat there for a 2-day evidentiary hearing as Kari Lake's lawyers fumbled and couldn't even introduce evidence, and they forgot that they struck witnesses who they believed were still on their witness list, yet alone the fact that their actual expert witnesses had no clue what they were talking about and said how they were funded by Mike Lindell. I could go on and on and on, but this is the dangerous conspiracy that Kari Lake decided that she was going to spread following the news that she lost her lawsuit challenging the results of the 2022 gubernatorial election in Arizona. Kari Lake wrote on Twitter, she posted the following. She goes, "The dismissal of Kari Lake's election lawsuit shows voter disenfranchisement no longer matters. Legal experts believe that his decision, Judge Peter Thompson's decision, was ghost-written. They suspect top left-wing attorneys like Mark Elias emailed him what to say." So here, MAGA extremist Kari Lake and her right-wing echo chamber cult followers are now accusing the judge, a Republican judge, Judge Peter Thompson, of having his opinion ghost-written by left-wing attorneys. You can't get more of an extreme and deranged conspiracy theory than that to spread. Oh, wait, maybe you can. I mean, you have Trump's conspiracy theory that somehow bamboo was imported from China, who was involved in overturning the results of the 2020 election, because you see what happened was there was a secret satellite bunker in Italy that was sending these signals over to Venezuela, where Hugo Chavez had set up this way to manipulate the algorithms in the Dominion voting system to change the results from President Biden to change the results from Trump to President Biden and to alter the outcome of a free and fair election. So that was what Trump's conspiracy theory was, which his own Department of Justice said was batshit crazy. I think is a direct quote from Bill Barr, who was willing to cover up many of Donald Trump's deranged and very dangerous and what should have been disqualifying criminal acts. He was just not going to go with the bamboo from China, Italy, CIA, satellites, sending signals to change algorithms with Hugo Chavez in Venezuela. He just wasn't willing to go that far. And here we have Kari Lake saying that the Republican judge who was overseeing the case, Judge Peter Thompson, he didn't really write the opinion. His opinion was actually written by Mark Elias or other left-wing attorneys. That's what she's spreading. May I add that she is posting this right before a sanctions motion was due by Maricopa County defendants who were sued in this case, as well as by Katie Hobbs. So what did the individuals who were frivolously sued by Kari Lake did? Well, they basically took a screenshot of what she posted on Twitter. They put it right there in their motion for sanctions, and they showed the judge, hey, judge, this is what Kari Lake is saying against you. And by the way, Kari Lake is probably going to get sanctioned for a very significant amount. The amount of sanctions that all of the parties who Kari Lake frivolously sued, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, as well as Katie Hobbs, if they get the full sanctions they're asking for, they could get up to $700,000 in sanctions against Kari Lake. And Kari Lake's going to then complain and whine even more and say, oh, this is so unfair. Everyone's treating me so unfairly. Meanwhile, you're spreading spreading some of the most dangerous conspiracy theories possible to try to undermine free and fair elections and to attack this judge. And specifically, you put the judge's name in your post because what you're hoping for here, and what always takes place by your violent MAGA extremist mob, is for them to go after Judge Peter Thompson directly, to try to go after Judge Peter Thompson's family, and to dox them. That is one of the things that you're trying to go after here. And when you go, the dismissal of the lawsuit shows voter disenfranchisement no longer matters. Again, you're spreading the most disgusting conspiracy theories here. The case that you filed was utterly without merit. I know in the deranged right-wing echo chamber where they just take sound bites out of context, or they just report the facts falsely to people, or you come up with whatever your conspiracy theory du jour is of the day. Okay, now the conspiracy theory is, oh, the page was 20 inches, but the ballot was 19 inches, and the shrink fit somehow manipulated all of the results, and there was a grand conspiracy here taking place by Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. By the way, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors also led by Republicans. You have a Republican-led Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. You have a Republican-appointed judge, Peter Thompson, overseeing the case. And here I think is one of the conclusions that we should draw. When you see a right-wing extremist conspiracy theory like that, we need to stop calling people like Kari Lake conservative. Kari Lake isn't conservative. I mean, look, someone like Judge Peter Thompson would rightfully be able to be called conservative. Someone like Rusty Bowers could be considered conservative in Arizona. But a view like this, that a left-wing operative manipulated and changed the results, this is not a conservative view. This is a right-wing extremist, very dangerous view, and we need to put MAGA extremism in its appropriate context and stop coddling it and stop trying to normalize it and stop trying to act like it's just one side of a political spectrum. It is a radical, extremist, very dangerous view that needs to be condemned at all costs when we see, dangerous conspiracy theories spread like this. Major networks, local networks, everybody needs to be calling out and condemning Kari Lake for making a statement like this. Because when we don't treat it with the appropriate condemnation, when we don't approach it with the appropriate sense of anger and outrage that it deserves, everything kind of just gets conflated and it's just, oh, well, Kari Lake said this. The way the Kari Lake trial was even being reported on was so disappointing, where people were acting like, oh, well, Kari Lake put on a witness and the witness said the following. Any legal observer who was watching, and this is why we were giving you the updates on it when it was taking place. And I said to you, she's going to lose the case and she's going to get sanctioned. Her experts are not even addressing, one, they don't even seem like experts. And number two, they're not even addressing the legal issues that are supposed to be before the judge. And when the judge initially dismissed 8 out of the 10 original causes of action because they couldn't even get past the very liberal pleading standards where you have to even accept all of the allegations as true, the judge basically warned Kari Lake that you're going to have to prove that there was intent. Not only was there intent by Maricopa County as well as by Governor-elect Katie Hobbs, but they engaged in this like malicious intent, and the intent actually changed the results of 17,000 votes. And you're going to have to show very specifically the 17,000 votes that were manipulated by this, which is absolutely not the case. None of that happened. It is all complete BS. Independent reports by Arizona Republic and others completely debunked anything that the minor malfunctioning of printers for short periods of time ever changed any outcome, yet alone that it was done intentionally and that it was done to change the results of the election. So overall, the claims were frivolous, but this is where the right wing goes. They go into dangerous conspiracy land, and you need to call this out because they go to their supporters, they go to their followers, and they spread this. And when the media just is like, let's close our eyes and cover our ears and act like this didn't happen, that allows the conspiracies to spread. So everybody needs to call it out, condemn it for what it is. By the way, Kari Lake apparently removed this post after it was put in the sanctions motion by the individuals who she frivolously sued in the case that she lost, by Judge Peter Thompson. We'll keep you updated as the sanctions motion works its way through the court system. I think she will be sanctioned, but we will keep you posted. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your support. And in addition, check us out. Patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. We have great content you can only get at our Patreon, but most importantly, help grow this independent media platform. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs, It Wasn't Rigged, You're Just a Loser, at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.